We have with us Dr. Jameel Khan, who's a former ambassador. Jameel Saab, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So I want
Very
to
well.
take a little time to talk about what's happening between India and Canada, after Niger's death, and, we have seen relations plummet. We've also seen the statement by the Canadian Prime Minister overall, and the denial also. What do you see as the ramifications of this incident, in the next couple of weeks?
Well, it appears that it's going to take a serious turn, at least in the short-term time. But then at later stage, because there are geopolitical interest and geoeconomical interest in this region, so those countries who are directly involved in gaining the geopolitical and geoeconomic advantage, and my indication is the United States and its allies, and India is the main ally of United States in this region. India has already entered into more than 7 different agreements with the United States and its allies. So, in other words, it is going to be a little tough for India to come out of it so easily, because the 5 countries, which are Five Eyes, they very much collaborate with piece of intelligence, and in this case also, Justin Trudeau very clearly says that we had shared this intelligence with Five Eyes, which is New Zealand, Australia, UK, and US, and then those intelligence were collected not only by Canada but by other intelligence agencies. And Justice Trudeau had shared that with India, but India is thought probably Justin Trudeau would not really take it at that level where it is now. Now it is really posing them a problem, because this is not only Five Eyes but also the other developed countries. They have started taking huge interest. Justin Trudeau has very clearly said that we do want to have relations with India, but at the same time, this is a very serious matter. Antony Blinken on Friday was also very clear that India has to really participate in the investigation, and has to really has to help Canada detect the murderer. In this case,
do you see this perhaps having lasting consequences for India in terms of the image that they've been trying to perpetuate, as far as, of course, this is the background of the G20, the facade that India paints, all of that. Do you think it's going to dent that everlastingly?
Well, it's going to dent that. India would try to really repair this dent, but it doesn't appear that they would be able to do that anytime soon. And then India has been, a champion, at least it has been claiming the champion of democracy, and the biggest democracy of the world. So, and then he could get away with whatever he was doing with his neighbors, including Pakistan. Involvement of India in Pakistan, if the investigation goes further, such evidence, what India has been doing in Nepal and Bangladesh and Pakistan, that can also be cited. Pakistan has already cited 131 pages dossier indicating Kulbhushan Yadav and all other activities which India was involved in Pakistan, including assassination. So this all would come handy for the investigation, and this would connect the dots. Once it connects the dots, the transnational assassination which India started not now, but it would get away since long it's doing it.
But even in terms of the consequences for India within its own borders, as far as what is happening within India, as far as minorities, Kashmir, all of those things, isn't it very relevant? And, the way that it exposes India for what it's doing in the region, particularly, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Bangladesh, all of this, and the way that India is creating a hostile environment within our region particularly.
And then more importantly, that trans-border assassination. India has been doing it with all its neighboring countries. including Pakistan, and now it has done it in a developed country. In a developed country, they are the one, they take it very serious because their main essence of democracy is the protection to its population of all kind and all shape. They have about 100 different nationalities who have migrated to US or Canada for that matter, and they are quite concerned, and that's why this time it has taken the right significance of the whole incident, and it doesn't seem that Canada would take back step in near future. It doesn't really indicate any of the indicators for that matter. And not only Canada doesn't stop, the Prime Minister of Canada doesn't stop here. It says India is also involved in other activities of this interference in its sovereignty of Canada. So that is again a very serious allegation, which means that Canada is indicating that about the India's involvement. And by the way,
So much,
UK.
Ambassador Saab. Thank you for your very valuable insight.